So, I wanted to show you the garden after harvesting. I took off kale leaves, and I had like a whole gallon tub full of kale leaves. Oh my gosh, I just noticed we're getting a little pea. So awesome. Anywho, I had a whole gallon tub. I'll show you in a second, but Swiss chard. I love this Tetsoy. It's kind of like bittersweet but good. Kale, we have 2 kales, and let me see, where's the other one? 2 green mustard, so whole thing full of it. These peas are shifted down because I noticed they just weren't adhering and their tendrils weren't grabbing onto much. So I used a zip tie and I fixed it on up here because, oh my gosh, it's just going wild. Rosemary's taken off. It looks great. We have 2 little rosemaries. Now this guy just spit out another red new color pepper. So that's just stupendous. We're so excited. Now we have these little guys. I don't know if we should pull them off or wait till they fall off. But if they fall, see, that's a good size right there. If they fall, my dog will get them. So I want to beat the dog, that's for sure. New additions are Butter Crunch, which I have to kind of pick and choose the best plant here because there's too many seeds that sprout in that one, which is good. I'm going to try to utilize those other seeds and propagate the other seeds so that way I can try to grow more than just one. And I took my finger on these flowers and kind of went around and pollinated. You can see, get some pollen on there. This, I took the other plant and propagated it and put it by the sink, and it looks really nice. We have a bloom. I wanted one flower for spring so we have a nice bright color to take us into the new season. But it looks like it's gonna pop out with a couple more flowers there. As you can see, that's only one flower, so it has multiple stems. I've shifted this one upwards because it seems like it has more room to breathe. And this darn thing, oh my gosh, it's wild. I have no idea what's happening with these cucumbers. They're so intense, so wild, and hanging on, clinging on for everything. I haven't seen a big one yet, so I'm kind of wondering if I should just cut one of the vines off so it can save some energy. These tendrils I'm just in love with. They're so cool and interesting. They're just grabbing on to whatever they can find. And I had to cut a couple off because they were holding on to something that I had to take down. Another new one is sweet peppers. We'll see how that grows because I honestly don't know how it'll fit. My little dog likes to eat them, so the inner ones facing the light source are better for the bigger plants like your lettuces. Spices are better on the outside, but I found that kale is happy on the outside. This lavender hasn't grown too much. This is a flower. Haven't seen a bloom. It's been like a month now. Could probably take these dead leaves off. That might help. Let's see. Mint was quite an established bush. I trimmed it down. And these are new spots for the next ones, which I have growing in the separate container that doesn't have the plant food in there. See, there she goes. She's looking for stuff. See? Thank you, baby. It's helping clean. And I just refilled the tank a little bit. So, water looks good, but I did notice I had some algae where the basil was. So basil is clear out here touching the light. And it looked like it was ready to flower too. But I noticed I've got some algae growth in there. And I need to figure out what to do. Like, I'll probably have to tear everything down and go in and scrub. But even scrubbing doesn't take the algae off. So hydrogen peroxide is an option to run it through the tank. But I'm gonna look into it some more. Maybe reach out to Gardyn. Mini strawberries haven't grown much, and I propagated a couple plants that grew because this is 2. Oh, that's 3 actually. 3 little plants. So, just kind of watching those. I'm really excited to see those. So, these are the little tendrils I had growing on seeds. I had lettuce that went to seed, and I'm just amazed at how tight these adhered. I don't know what to do with the seeds, so I'm gonna do some research. This is dill that went to seed, and it's so tiny, so I'm saving that. Hopefully I can regrow another one. And I cut this down, but isn't that cool? Just how tightly bound. It's so cool to me. I just love that. So here is, hey Mike. Here's what I got. Swiss chard, green mustard, this whole thing of kale, this whole thing of mint, this is full of basil, and this is the older one that's still good. This one has, oh, that's another mint. This is the new mint. Yeah, it's awesome. And then here I just made dill, or made a tartar sauce with our dill. So we're using it. It's amazing. Highly recommend. It's contagious though, because plants, they just kind of grow. If you take the time, they will grow, and they're beautiful and fun. But I just had to share.